Before we get to the video, if you would like to help me stop the madness, then please visit madnessnation.net to get all of your merchandise, or simply hit the link in the description below to donate. Remember, I cannot stop the madness without you. Madness. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the hottest crime show on the net. Stop the madness, crime news, madness. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, then hit the link in the description. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. Now, that is the lyrics of the great DMX. DMX stands for Darkman X. If you listen to his music, he was a very dark individual. You know, his music was pretty gruesome, but he was definitely a fan favorite. Definitely had hits, had 2 #1 albums back to back. DMX was possibly hotter than any rap artist there ever was when he was at his peak. And if you also know DMX and you follow his career like many of us have, then you also know his struggle with the law. You also know his struggle with drugs. And unfortunately, DMX is said to be brain dead. Brain dead from an overdose, which caused a heart attack. He is currently hospitalized, hanging on to life. Now, I don't know about you, but I never known anybody to be brain dead and to actually pull through to be in the vegetarian state. So everybody is asking, everybody's asking to send out your prayers, send out your good spirits to DMX. It says DMX checked into a hospital in upstate New York, according to TMZ. DMX was hospitalized and said to be in critical condition after suffering an overdose that caused a heart attack. The 50-year-old rapper was taken to a hospital in White Plains, New York, after the medical event on Friday night, the outlet reports. TMZ says it learned from the sources that the overdose triggered the cardiac arrest, and now the rapper, whose real name is Earl Simmons, is in grave condition. Wow. While it has not yet been disclosed what Simmons overdosed on, the MC did check himself into a rehab facility back in October 2019. It happened while he was on tour celebrating the 20th anniversary of his platinum debut album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot. He also checked into a rehab facility in 2017. Simmons has been candid throughout his career about his struggles with cocaine addiction. As previously reported by the Gyro, he said he was 14 the first time he ever used crack cocaine. Madness. In a continuous 2013 episode of the OWN series, Alina Fix My Life, the rapper told the host about his struggle with substance abuse. I will always have a drug problem, he said. Just because you stop getting high doesn't mean you don't still have a problem, because it's a constant fight every day. Now, reports are saying, like I said, he is brain dead. He is in the vegetarian state. So, will DMX make it through this? It'd be a miracle if he do. It'd definitely be a miracle if he do. If you listen to DMX music, he had a whole album about some, I would say, dark shit. But he always ended his albums or started his albums with prayer. Will prayer be able to bring him out this situation? Possibility. I got this picture up here of DMX back when he was at the peak of his career. Now, if you see the other pictures of DMX, you know that As of late, throughout the years, he has been down very, very bad. You wouldn't even recognize him once he really started getting on that stuff really bad, and you was really able to tell. If any of y'all remember the Drink Champs interview where DMX was on there and he was just looking like a straight up Sting. And then as of late, he seemed to have been getting better. He seemed to be taking care of himself better. I don't know if y'all seen the video with DMX and I believe it was the Locks when they dropped their music video together, and he seemed to be, seemed to be healthy, seemed to be in good spirits, seemed to be on the right path. But he overdosed. So when I tell people, listen, don't do the drugs. And I know it may be easier said than done, but this is what doing that crack, especially these hard drugs, the crack, the meth, the heroin, those hard drugs, you may think you're going to try that for one time and that's going to be it. You may be young and dumb and partying and be like, hey, we got some of this, and then you try it one time. Some people going to be able to try that one time and go on about their lives. Other people going to try that one time and become an addict. And that's what happened to DMX. He said he was 14 when he first tried crack. And that one decision that he made way back when he was 14 years old came all the way back and most likely will be the reason why he is no longer on this earth with us. If he make it, that's great. But as I said, I can't think of one time that a person went brain dead and then made it out of a situation. I can't think of one. If you can, please let me know. We oftentimes don't think about the decisions that we make because we feel like we're going to come out of it. Oftentimes people feel like they're invincible. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just human nature. Us as humans go through life thinking we can do anything we want, anytime we want, and just chalk it up to having fun. We never think about the possible lasting effects that it can have. What's up, Darcy Can 66? How you doing? Some sources say he is brain dead. Others says he does have brain activity. Well, we would want to hope that he have brain activity, because if he has brain activity, then I believe he have a chance to make it. What's up, Holly? How you doing? Thank you very much, Holly. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. That's my name. How you doing? E3, I see you. How you doing? Madness. But we just feel as humans that we're gods and we feel like we're untouchable. Now that decision he made way back when he was 14 years old, he's overdosing. DMX is an addict. He's a drug addict. Which means you know how it is when you have drug addicts. They may be doing good for a little bit, but if they don't stay on a tight and narrow path, if they don't have the right surroundings by them, then eventually they will relapse. Like I said, at some point, DMX was doing good. He looked healthy. He looked in good spirits. But he relapsed. And when he relapsed, he overdosed. And now taking that crack way back at 14 may turn out to be the biggest mistake of his life. If you have a drug addict that's a friend, lots of people do try to help they drug addict. Rather, if you have a drug addict in the family, oftentimes you have family try to help them. If you have a drug addict that's a friend, oftentimes you will have a friend that will literally try to help them. But what happens is the person who is the addict oftentimes won't help themselves. So eventually that help that they are getting from their friends or their family, they eventually stop. Eventually the friend or the family member get tired of trying to help somebody just to continuously see them fall back into that dark path. Have you ever had a drug addict as a family member or a friend, and you trying your best to help them, and you may let them stay with you, and then next thing you know, you end up getting robbed? They end up cleaning you out. You ever try to help a drug addict that's a friend or a family member, and then they just end up doing some stuff where you like, listen, I love you. I've been your friend for X amount of years. I love you. We're family. But unfortunately, I done tried my best to help you, and you're just not getting it. And if I continue to try to help you, I may end up destroying myself, and we don't want that to happen. I'm sure DMX had some friends that genuinely cared. I would like to think that he had a family member that genuinely cared. It says famous drug addicts usually do not surround themselves with people that would try to help them. Too many yes people around. That's facts. When you famous, especially when you famous like DMX is famous. He wasn't regular famous. You know, at one point DMX was the top rapper in the game. And like Drake said, you surround yourself with a whole bunch of yes people. Surrounding yourself by a whole bunch of yes people, you ain't doing nothing but doing a disservice to yourself. Because no matter what you say, they're going to agree with it because you're the one bringing in the money. And they don't want the money to stop. They don't want the money to stop. So they just going to keep on saying, hey, you want to get high? You want to smoke some crack? They're going to be like, yeah, man, fire it up. Because they feel like if they tell you no, you may cut them off. And their lifestyle that they are living is going to go away. But let me tell you something. If you're surrounded by a whole bunch of yes men, then they are not really your friend. You're doing yourself a disservice. You got all these people around, all these leeches that don't care about if you destroy yourself. They don't care if you overdose and die. They don't care if they seeing you destroy yourself taking these drugs every day because they want to continue to live that lifestyle when they know that you got money. You can tell them, hey man, I'm about to go jump off a mountain with no parachute. They'll be like, okay, cool, let's do it. So don't surround yourself with yes men. And you see all the love and support that DMX is getting. He's getting a lot of love and support. But I will say this to you. If you're going to give DMX the support, which you can, that's your right. Even I hope that he pulls through. But don't show DMX all this support, but you don't care about your family member that's an addict that's on drugs. You don't care about your friend that's that you've been friends with for years. Y'all done been through everything together, and you don't care that they on drugs. You act like you don't see it. See, oftentimes we can make a better change, madness, and a bigger difference if we took care of the people around us. Think about how much better the world will be if people showed the love and support to the people that they can actually reach out and touch as they do these celebrities who they don't know, who they'll never meet. You see them on TV. You'll be really quick to show your support from DMX. But your high school buddy who you went to high school with got a drug addict problem too, and you act like you don't see it. Madness. Now, if you done tried to help and you got to that point where you just couldn't help no more because it was about to destroy you, completely understandable. But at the very least, Try. You right. They said, I have a mother who is a recovering drug addict. It took her years to kick the habit and it was hell on our family. It's not easy. But they did say that the mom kicked the addict. How you pronounce that? ND Gold Child? Madness. Your mom kicked that habit. I'm glad for your mother. I'm glad that she was able to kick the habit. I'm glad that she was able to have you and your family as a strong of enough support system to get her out of that. And they right, it's not easy. But honestly, people, what in life is easy? Madness. A lot of stuff in life worth having is not easy. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy. All you can do in life is try to make the best decisions and make better decisions to try to make your life a little bit easier. Somebody said you cannot stop a drug addict. I buried family members and it almost killed me. Grown people do what they want to do. That is true. Grown people do what they want to do. But some people that are drug addicts, they want to change. They take the necessary steps. See, everybody that's a drug addict don't stay a drug addict. You got some people that actually something clicks in their head where they actually want to help themselves. And that's the number one thing. A drug addict has to have something click off in their head where they want to help themselves. Because that's the only way it'll work. It'll never work you trying to help a drug addict that don't want to help themselves. If they don't want to help themselves, it's a lost cause. But sometimes seeing the love and support from family and friends make them realize, like, hey, there's people out here who really care about me. Because some people believe nobody cares about them. Let's be honest. Some people out here, they do drugs, they get hooked, and drugs is like a getaway from reality. You know, they don't think nobody cares. They be like, if I die right now, wouldn't nobody care at all? But then they may see that love and support from close family members and friends and realize, dang, I'm loved. People love me. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to see the hurt on my mother's eyes. I don't want to see the hurt on my father's eyes. I don't want to leave my children. And sometimes that is just enough to get somebody on the right track. But DMX, hopefully you pull through. Lately, you have seemed to become a lot more spiritual. You seem to be trying to get yourself together. And I guess this is the moment in time we gonna see if God is gonna cash in on those prayers or if you're gonna be taken off this earth. We hope for the best. Like always, you want to join me on my quest to stop the madness? Then please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share this video because we got some things to talk about. And oh, we gonna talk about it because the madness is infectious. The madness is contagious. And the madness must be stopped. So remember, stop the madness, start the positivity. Thank you for watching. Y'all be safe. Madness. Ahmed Tillery, how you doing? He said he's brain dead. Yes. Indigo Child, yes. He had a hard life. And Monica said he's brain dead. He ain't, like you getting two different reports. Some saying he's brain dead, some saying that he got a little activity, but I think he's brain dead. Madness. Thank y'all for watching. I love y'all. I rock with y'all. I appreciate y'all coming here. I am being shadow banned, so if you can hit that notification bell where, you know, it lets you know, but people ain't getting the notification. So we just gonna keep pushing forward. We gonna keep pushing through the madness. Y'all take care.